Well, hello, YouTubers. This is a new way to do it, and I'm your host, Reese. But before we get started, I would like to have you subscribe, hit the like button, and please leave a comment because it helps me bring up new subjects for the show and everything else. And this is Princeton. We call him Booby. So today, I want to talk about police reform. Are you for police reform or are you against it? I'm for it, and I'm going to tell you why. When you have police that don't seem to be held accountable for the things they do, now granted, some are being held accountable because they're getting caught, but what about the ones that's not getting caught? And people go and complain about them, and nothing ever happens. What about all the innocent people that it ended up dead, and nobody knows who's the killer? See, it's like I told you before, people. If you're trying to take something from somebody and it's valuable to them, they may go to great lengths to keep you from taking that from them. And this is what I'm doing. Oh, excuse the glasses. Usually I don't wear my glasses. And that's what they're trying to do. Many times I've heard lots of stories about police brutality, beating up people, even people I know personally. Even happened to me. I was a victim of police brutality. It's a long story. I'll probably bring it up one day, but not today. But I can see from being, I'm not on the outside looking in, I was on the inside. And I saw it even in my case, how disrespectful, how they think that we're are nothing and they're everything. And we're having so many complaints. And I can't understand, I believe that the people that don't want reform are people that are related to police. Because look at it this way, folks. You take their livelihood away, they got to do something else. But see, they don't care if they take your livelihood away. They'll lock you up in jail. You lose your house, your job, your car, and everything. And they sit back and laugh about it. And then nobody's going to help you uh, gain back all that you have lost. You can't. In most cases, you can't even sue. So my thing is to defund the police, take that money and use it in the community. But we still need a police force. We still need a law enforcement force. And that's where I think community policing would do a better job than regular policing. Because if you get some good, honest people that's going to patrol the neighborhood and look out for the people and help prevent crime, I didn't say stop crime, I said help prevent crime. It would be uplift to to the neighborhood. But if you steady got all these white, predominantly white cops coming into your neighborhood, they don't live in your neighborhood. They can't identify. Like I said, they think you're an animal in a cage or in the jungle, and they the uh, keepers. You know, they're the jungle keepers. They're the animal keepers. You know, that keeps track of you. But you don't want to see that. Just because your brother or father or uncle is a cop, he may be a good person. He also may be a criminal. But for all the good people that are policemen, you have much respect. And I know I'm talking to a few. But if for the majority of you in the police department, you need to lose your job. Or you need to be a part of helping them reform the police department. And since I think you're going to do neither, I think you need to be demolished. Yeah, demolished. That's the best way to put it. Demolished. Decommissioned, if they want to put it that way. Because our police force is so corrupt, and it's generational corruptness. What make you think pulling a few funds from their budget is going to change them? It's not going to change them. What makes you think this crime on the street is not perpetrated in some degree? Oh yeah, it's criminals, bad criminals, it's gangs, it's all that, drug dealing, all that exists. But do you think it wouldn't exist as much if you wasn't put in the conditions that you're put in. Now you're gonna have people that say, "Well, we didn't put them in." Yeah, you did. You put us in these conditions. The majority of your people put us in these conditions. And education is not for everybody. But I've always noticed, because I have white friends. I know some white people, quite a few, matter of fact, and they were poor like me coming up, and didn't get a lot of education. And in some cases, I got more education, but they seem to be doing a lot better in life than I'm doing. Explain that. Two of them I know got drug problems. I mean, serious drug problems. They working drug addicts. Never been called in for a drug test. Never even been questioned. Didn't see them at work. Pretty messed up. But nothing ever seems to happen to them. I once worked with a guy that couldn't even read, a white guy that couldn't even read, and he was making more money than me. He was my supervisor, and he couldn't even read. The point I'm trying to make is, people, that it doesn't matter what stage you're on in this society. You're always going to be understage as long as the predominantly people, the people that run this country is predominantly white, and they're so afraid of not running the country and not being in charge. This is why you see the backlash you see. This is why you see it from the policemen. This is why you see it from the white nationals. This is why you see it from the white supremacists and the Ku Klux Klan, because they're afraid that we're going to do to them what they did to us, and we're not even the kind of people that think that way, and we should, because it's deservingly so. You should get what you dished out, but we're such good people. We're not even going to do that. We just want to live in harmony. That's all we want. But we can see that the majority of you people don't want to do that. Like I said before, it's a small minority of whites and different other races and ethnicities that are on our side, that see how we see it. But the majority of them don't see it because, like I said before, they dads and sons and brothers and everybody else is there in the police force or the military, which they hold so high, the military and the police force. And I'm going to say this. If you ever come up against any soldier, officer, Marines, Army, Navy, whatever, and they tell you that they fighting for this, for fighting for you and your freedom, tell them they're a goddamn lie. They ain't never fought for you or your freedom. All they ever fought for was land and materials. That's all they ever fought for. They never fought for equality. World War II wasn't about equality. World War One wasn't about equality. Fighting Saddam Hussein wasn't about equality. It was about this country taking their resources or controlling their resources. And Trump ain't no better when it comes to that. So all you people, Trump loving people, and out there, listen. Like I said, I don't go either way with Trump because I'm not a Republican. I'm not a Democrat. I'm just gonna sit back and watch the show. I'm gonna see how much he's gonna do and how much he's gonna lie. And he has done some things, and he have lied a lot too. So don't get caught up, and don't think Biden is going to do you any better. Like I said before, the man can't tell what he ate yesterday. But I can understand you want to get Trump out of office, but putting Biden in office is not going to be any better. Watch what I tell you. If it happens, watch what I tell you. Even though I think Trump may win, because see, y'all not paying attention to the conservatives and how they just sitting back waiting on election day. That's all they doing. Do you notice they're not even fighting with you no more? I mean, you get a few of the people, at Trump rallies or whatever, but they're not fighting with you no more on the streets like they used to a few years ago. They're not protesting like they did. They sitting back waiting. That's what they're doing, folks. They're sitting back waiting for election day. And on election day, you people gonna be surprised. I heard in the latest poll that Biden was leading by 40%. I heard the same thing when he was running against Hillary. I heard the same thing. Hillary was leading by 40%, and Lord knows we didn't want her in office. But what happened? She still lost, didn't she? So what that tells you. See, the majority of the people in this country, which are white, they are not going to give up this country to you, to the minorities. They don't even want to share it with you half the time. So you think you're going to get some power? It's not going to happen. Not in the Republicans, not with the Republicans or with the Democrats. So what is your next step? You think I'm talking smack? I'm talking outside of my neck? Help yourself. But you can see it happening every day. More police brutality. They even finding footage of years old that the police done done. See, I told you before, people. They claim that more white people die by police than black people. Yeah, because it seems more white is recorded. But there's a lot of dead black people that still to this day, nobody know what happened to them. Nobody knows. Coincidence? How many policemen you think that's a part of the Ku Klux Klan? Got any numbers? How many white policemen that you think are part of the white nationalists? I don't hear nobody talking. Take everything that is said to you with a grain of salt because it doesn't mean anything. And defunding the police is just a start because they're going to do everything they can to not to do that. Remember I told you, if they defund the police, how they going to control you? How they going to abuse you? They got to do that. That's a part of what they have to do. So the real fact to defund the police is it's a pipe dream. Unless you really want to do something about it. Don't just protest and go home. You need to tell these folks. You need to stand up to them. And if they won't do, if the mayor, governor won't do what you want them to do, you vote them out and put somebody in there that's going to make promises to keep. That's going to keep their promises when they say they're going to either defund the police or make changes to social issues in your community. Because if you don't stand up for something, you'll fall for anything. Well, that's my rant for today. Please subscribe and ring the bell and leave a comment and hit the like button or the dislike button because your views and subscribers will help build this channel. And I want to build this channel for not just me, but for our people too. So the more you can help me build, the better content I will have. And I want to start having some content where I could show videos as I talk. I don't have the equipment for that now, but hopefully it'll be coming soon. So thank you. Don't forget to subscribe, and God bless.